Oh my gosh, you have got to watch this clip of Sammy Yahud, who's, by the way, a friend of mine, friend of JTV, an amazing Israel and Jewish activist who speaks. He's on a campus in America and is speaking to a group of Muslim students that are clearly very anti-Israel. And he confronts them not just on Israel and Jewish terms, but on Islam's own terms, asking them about what is the land actually called in the Quran. By the way, that whether or not the Quran used the word Israel or not, or used the word Palestine or not, doesn't change the history. But either way, he is so brilliant and so courageous. This is a clip you have to watch.
I have a bit of knowledge on Islam and the three Abrahamic religions, somewhat. I understand that, and I've never been to Jerusalem or Al-Quds, but I don't understand why it's so holy in Islam, because it's not mentioned in the Quran. Quds is not mentioned in Quran.
Palestine is.
It's not. You think Palestine's mentioned in the Quran?
The story, well, Jerusalem is.
It's not.
It's not as Palestine. There's a story in the Quran about when the Prophet traveled to Palestine and descended to heaven from there.
What's the name for the land when it's
I can't
called
remember.
in the Quran?
I don't want to give you a
it's
false word, but
it's not Palestine. Yeah, it's not mentioned in the Quran. I don't understand why we're promoting Jerusalem.
Am I being recorded? Is this,
No?
Are you with
No,
Khalad?
I'm just speaking.
Is he with you?
It might be.
Oh,
أنا من إسرائيل. عيلتي من مصر. أنا يهودي من إسرائيل. أنا ما شاء الله. الحمد لله. الحمد لله أنا من إسرائيل. في إسرائيل كله هنا. Everyone can live freely in Israel. 20% of the population are Arabs.
So
20% with Israeli passports. If Israel was a Muslim country, the Jews would be killed, the Jews would be kicked out. That's what intifada means.
It was the Muslims who welcomed you guys into the country.
We were never welcomed into the country.
You guys were welcomed
We were not
into our
welcomed into the country.
And
Is that
then
why?
you tried to take it over because you're the chosen people. That's
Okay,
what's
so
happening.
where's the holiest site in Judaism? If we were welcomed into the country, then where's our holiest site? Where's the Jewish holiest site?
I don't want to have a conversation with you anymore.
I'm asking you.
Are you with Chabad?
No,
Is that what
I'm
this
with
is?
myself.
Are you
Ana
with
Yahudi. I'm just with myself.
Chabad? Is he recording me?
He's allowed to. We're on public
Hi.
property.
Oh,
Sorry, my friend. After you.
Oh, go ahead.
Cheers.
Yeah,
Just
move
remember.
along. Move along. Move along.
Mish fi Quran.
Move along.
Mish fi
Move
Quran.
along. Move along.
Al-Quds Mish fi Quran. It's not. Jerusalem is not in the Quran. Bani Israel is in the Quran. Remember that. I'm Israel Chai. Stand up for your morals. Stand up for your values with courage. Because if we can't save these flipping university campuses, we will not be able to save our children's future. This is concerning.
So as you can see, Sammy is so brave in confronting those who are opposed to Israel. And you know what? This video shows me two things. Number one is that we should not be afraid of those that challenge Israel and those that have counter narratives to what we say. And the reason is very simple, because the truth is on our side. Have conversations and be bold, because if the truth, which should be objective, if we investigate it together, we will find that it turns out the land of Israel was inhabited by Jews long before there was an Islam, let alone Arabs inhabiting the land. Let's look and see and find that actually the word Palestine was never used in the Quran, let alone the Bible, the Torah. And that's because the word Palestine was intentionally created by the Roman emperor that conquered the land of Judea in order to sever the Jewish connection. And I found it very revealing, by the way, that she said, you will claim that you're chosen and everything. The chosen people thing, this is, it seems to me, just from studying the words of the anti-Semites, both now and in history, if you dig a little deeper, you'll find that this is what they really can't come to terms with. This is what's fueling the Jew hate. And what's amazing is that the rabbis of the Talmud actually told us this. They said this. They debated for pages and pages of the Talmud about how high and wide a sukkah should be, for example, and all kinds of other halachic questions. But when it came to Jew hatred, they could summarize it in a sentence. They said the hatred of the nations comes from Sinai, Mount Sinai. The word for hatred in Hebrew is sinah. It's a play on words. They say the sinah comes from Sinai. They understood it. The moment God chose the Jews for the mission to be his vehicle for spreading divine light to the world, which the world should embrace as a blessing for them, that immediately created among some people, among the darkest, I think this is actually more than ideological, it's emotional, the darkest emotions in the human psyche of resentment, jealousy, envy, not wanting a moral accountability. This is what led Cain to slaughter Abel. It goes all the way back to the beginning. It's emotions. Why did God favor you over your offering over mine? This is the root issue of humanity. That's what the Torah is telling us, and that's what's coming out here. You know, you're chosen, you're different. I don't like that for whatever reason. The irony is, Judaism actually happens to be one of the least exclusive in terms of its view on our relationship with God. Most religions say you need to believe in my religion in order to get to heaven, in order to have a relationship with God. The Torah never says that. The Torah says the Jews have a role in this world, and so does all the nations of the world. And together we can serve God. But the Jews are meant to lead the world in terms of bringing godliness into the world, teaching the world about God's vision for the kind of world he wants, bringing spirituality into the world. And this isn't just a religious belief, this is a historical fact. Study history and you'll see the Jews have been the custodians of morality. So that was point number one. And point number two about Sammy is that he is so brave, and we should take a lot of courage and inspiration from him. And I've put in the video description a link to Sammy's Instagram, his YouTube, and importantly, a link to support his works. If you value what Sammy does, please do donate to his cause, because he is really on the front lines of this, and I think he's having a really positive impact. So thank you, Sammy. Let's all take a lot of courage from his work, because he has shown that when you actually confront people, they just melt away. And it's all there on camera to be seen in real time. This should give us a lot of confidence as well to speak the truth in our own lives and in the world around us, to often people who will be a lot less hostile, a lot more open to listen. People are prepared to listen. Let's not assume people all have their guards up. Some do, some like this person might, but a lot of people, as we've seen from the growth of this channel, are prepared to listen if you simply put the facts before them. A quick message. We all hear about the Palestinian displacement, or Nakba, of 1948. But you know, there was another, even greater displacement that we haven't been told about. Nearly 1 million Jews were expelled from Arab lands at the exact same time. Watch the trailer for our new and absolutely essential documentary called The Real Nakba. And if you want to watch the full film, just click the link below in the video description. We've all been told about the Nakba, the Palestinian catastrophe of 1948. Around 700,000 Arabs were displaced. But here's what you're rarely told. That displacement didn't come from some Jewish plan for genocide. It wasn't Israel's goal. It wasn't Israel's desire. It happened because Arab leaders launched a war of annihilation. They tried to wipe out the newborn Jewish state, vowing to drive the Jews into the sea. And in the chaos of that war, people fled. Many because their leaders told them to, promising they'd return after victory. But the term Nakba was originally used to describe the fact that the Arabs lost the war, not the displacement. Now the term describes the displacement of war used as a political weapon against Israel. But you know, there was another Nakba you haven't been told about. A catastrophe rooted not in the fog of war, but in the clear, deliberate desire for persecution and genocide. It happened at the very same time, and it led to even more displacement. Yet most of the world has never heard of it. Over 850,000 Jews, more than the number of displaced Arabs, were driven from their homes across the Arab world. Communities that had thrived for millennia were uprooted overnight. Families stripped of citizenship, of property, of dignity, assaulted, expelled, forced to flee with nothing but their faith. Why? Because they were Jews. Because Israel dared to exist. Because the Arab League openly orchestrated it, drafting plans in 1947 to freeze Jewish bank accounts, seize property, and intern Jews as enemy nationals. This is the real Nakba, a catastrophe born of pure anti-Semitism. In this JTV documentary, we'll journey country by country, from Baghdad to Cairo, from Sana'a to Tripoli, uncovering buried truths and survivor voices. And no, this isn't a tale of victimhood. It's a saga of endurance, courage, and triumph. Because the Jewish people didn't just survive this Nakba, we rebuilt. We came home. In Israel, our phoenix soared from the ashes. So buckle up and let's dive in. To watch this JTV Plus documentary and access much more premium content, click on the link in the video description.